Evan never planned on seeing him again. That night was supposed to be a mistake, the kind you drink away and never mention. But mistakes don't usually leave you throwing up every morning for weeks. They don't turn into a heartbeat you can hear on an ultrasound. 3 years later, Evan was no longer the scared 22-year-old who had stumbled out of a stranger's bed. He was a father now, and his son, his whole damn world, didn't need a ghost from the past showing up at their doorstep. Especially not him. It was a crisp fall afternoon in Boston when the knock came. The sound was sharp, deliberate, the kind of knock that made your stomach drop before your brain caught up. Evan opened the door, and there he was, Liam Hale. Same blonde hair, same piercing blue eyes, only sharper now, colder. Like the world had carved him into something even more dangerous. "I think that's my kid," Liam said, gaze flicking toward the small boy playing with blocks in the living room. No hello, no apology, just 6 words that cracked open every wall Evan had built. Evan forced a laugh, though it came out jagged. "You think? That's rich. I didn't even know your last name until 5 seconds ago." The air between them felt charged, like the space right before a storm breaks. The night they met was hazy in Evan's mind. Loud music, too many tequila shots, and the slow, deliberate way Liam had pulled him close on the dance floor. Everything about him had screamed danger, but Evan was tired of being careful. He'd let himself want, just for one night, and it had been more than he wanted to admit. The morning after, Liam was gone before Evan woke. No note, no number, just an empty space in the bed that still smelled like him. Evan had cursed himself for caring even a little. And then, a month later, came the positive pregnancy test. Now, standing in the doorway, Evan wanted to slam the door in his face. But Liam didn't move. "I didn't know," Liam said quietly, like it was supposed to mean something. "Yeah? Well, I didn't know you were the type to vanish." After Evan cut himself off, glancing toward the living room. His son didn't need to hear this. Liam's jaw tightened. "I came back for him. For both of you." Evan scoffed. "You think you can just walk back into our lives and play family? You have no idea what it's been like. You weren't there for the fevers at 2 a.m., the scraped knees, the nightmares. That was me. Alone." For a moment, Liam's eyes softened. He stepped closer, lowering his voice. "I want to make it right. Let me try." Evan's chest ached, but he couldn't trust the man who had walked away once. Not yet. The weeks that followed were a blur of tension. Liam didn't push his way in, not exactly. But he was there. Picking up groceries, fixing the leaky faucet, showing up at the park and making their son laugh in ways that Evan hadn't seen before. It was infuriating how natural he was at it, how easily their boy clung to him. And then came the night Evan found Liam asleep on the couch, their son curled against him, both breathing in sync. It shouldn't have hurt to watch. It shouldn't have felt like longing. But trust isn't built overnight. Liam had shadows in his eyes, and Evan knew there were parts of the story missing. One night, over takeout, Liam finally told him about the family that had tried to control his life, the threats that had kept him away, the fear that he'd bring danger to Evan and the baby. "I thought staying away would keep you safe," Liam admitted. Evan looked at him for a long time, the old anger tangled with something warmer. "You broke me, Liam. But you're here now." Liam reached for his hand, slow enough to let him pull away if he wanted. Evan didn't. It wasn't easy. There were fights, loud ones, and nights Evan made Liam sleep on the couch. But there were also mornings with pancakes, afternoons at the park, and a slow, undeniable shift in the air between them. One snowy evening, while their son built a crooked snowman outside, Liam stood beside Evan on the porch. "I love you," he said simply. Evan's heart stuttered. "You're an idiot." "Maybe. But I'm your idiot." And when Evan kissed him finally, truly it felt like the first time he could breathe in 3 years. By spring, it wasn't about the past anymore. It was about the 3 of them, together, building something neither of them thought they'd have. Evan had spent years surviving without Liam, but now, with him, it felt like living. And maybe, just maybe, one night hadn't been a mistake after all. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.